Well, hello everybody. Today is May 30th, 2018. Got a killer fake news story to talk about today. For anyone who may be stumbling into this work for the first time, understand what I'm about to share with you is not at all crazy. What I'm about to share with you is why I got deleted from YouTube. It's because we're exposing the very basic, simple code that our Kabbalist mainstream media uses to craft fake news stories. And we're going to talk about this story today that a lot of people have questions about, even without looking at the numbers. And this story is about a man who scaled a building all the way up to the 5th floor balcony in Paris, France. And there was this dangling toddler up there. No real reason as far as or method as far as how this kid got up there in the first place. You have this guy over here to the side just kind of watching for most of the time, despite the fact that he should be reaching over and at the very least grabbing this kid's wrist, right? It's funny, he's been interviewed since, and he said he didn't want to risk the child falling by grabbing over and reaching for him. Well, wouldn't you say he's at pretty big risk of falling if he's just dangling with his own fingertips? Nothing about this story makes sense, and once you see the numbers behind it, then you realize why this story came out on the date it did. So first of all, what I want to talk about is what this reminds me of another story from Paris, France. Back in November of 2015, we had the Bataclan shooting massacre where supposedly 88 people were killed by ISIS gunmen who stormed the venue and just sprayed bullets at people in there while the Eagles of Death Metal were playing. Well, as part of that story, we got this video of this, the people escaping the Bataclan down here, but you had this woman dangling by her fingertips. And it looks impossible. Like, I think she was even pregnant too, they said, but she just the tiniest fingertips, and she's up there the whole time, right? And then at the very end of the video, he zooms in, and just as they're about to pull her up, the camera cuts out and pans away, and you don't get to see it because, that would be the part that would ruin the CGI that they're using to lie to us in the mainstream media. So that happened in Paris, France, back in 2015. And so does this story. This Malian immigrant, and we'll talk about that, why he's from Mali, scaling the building to save this toddler. Well, if you measure from the date of the Bataclan massacre to the date that this became national news in our media, May 29th, you find it's 2 years and 197 days. This represents a 2,197 in numerology. And using English extended Gematria, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, which is the secret society in high places that is giving us our fake news media, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry equals 2,197. And by no means is this a coincidence. In the practice of numerology, prime relationships are most significant as far as relating one number to another. And you'll see that the number 2,197 has a prime factorization of 13 cubed. If you follow my work, you understand that 13 is used as the ritual code. It's the number they sneak into all their fake news stories to kind of give you a hint that it's fake. But if you don't know what to look for, you'll never see it. So we have a number of 13s there. When you write out the number 13, it sums to 45 and 99 in ordinal. This English reduction method simply reduces the alphabetic order. All the double-digit numbers become a single digit through the basic rules of numerology. Here's a story about Spider-Man, which also sums to 45 reduction and 99 ordinal. And check this out. The guy who uploaded this video to Twitter, his name is Bilal Rigi. If that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. Using the alphabetic order, his name sums to 99. And this is no coincidence. If you pay attention, it's always the gematria behind the Twitter accounts that's important too. Now they're saying that the man who was this child's father, who wasn't home at the time that he climbed over the balcony, he was on a grocery run. And this is funny. Groceries sums to 99, alphabetic order. And also 144 reverse. This is the same as Spider-Man, 99 and 144 reverse. In fact, even grocery run equals 144. That's how they describe it in this article here. So you see, they begin to, align all the elements of the news story up with one another. And let's take this a step further. The nation of France, in the alphabetic order, sums to 47. F, the 6th letter, R, the 18th, A, the 1st, and so on. France, summing to 47. Now, France celebrates its Independence Day on Bastille Day, which is July 14th. And if you measure from the date of this news story to July 14th of this year, you find it's a span of exactly 47 days. Again, France equaling 47. Also notice the reverse alphabetic order, 115. This is also 1 month and 15 days until Bastille Day. And even if you measure to Mali's Independence Day, this guy was a Malian immigrant. From today, the next day that it's in the news, it's 115 days, right? But this is all about the 47. 47 days before Bastille Day, France equaling 47. The name of the hero in this story is Mahmoud Gassama. Full reduction, this sums to 47. In fact, in reverse reduction, just the name Gassama on its own equals 47. In Jewish gematria, Malian immigrant equals 407. This is the cipher I claim to be most significant to this study. It's the one based in ancient Latin alphabet with the more English characters, the more modern English characters, I should say, at the end. And this is ideal. News equals 47. We're getting a news story from France, which equals 47. News actually has double gematria of 47. If you take into account the ALW Kabbalah cipher, which was brought to light by Aleister Crowley in his works in the early 1900s. And in that method, Mali equals 47. Another thing, too, if you measure the other way from Bastille Day of last year, so we saw how it was 47 days until Bastille Day this year. Well, if you measure from the last Bastille Day to this one, or to the news story, I should say, you find it's exactly 319 days. And in Jewish gematria, Spider-Man equals 319. We're being told that Spider-Man scaled this building. 319, this is a Freemasonic number. France, a very Freemasonic nation. I mean, just the fact that France equals 47 should clue you in. There's 47 degrees on the Freemasonic compass in their emblem. The Freemasons have something called the 47th problem of Euclid, which is about establishing foundation, which sums to 47. And you see here, government, president, White House, Republican, Democrat, all of these terms summing to 47. This is a very significant number in time. Also, the date numerology, May 29th, 2018. This has 45 and 54 numerology. Spider-Man equals 45 reduction, 54 reverse reduction. So there you have it. More news by the numbers. And as always, it's always related to a previous false flag in this same country. All right, so I'm actually going to end the stream here. I'm going to upload this video as an archive on my main YouTube channel. Desi's got a couple other facts here. It's a span of 12 months and 13 days since Emmanuel Macron took office. This is exactly 54 weeks. And again, we're looking at Spider-Man. That equals 54. Also, this came out 156 days after his birthday. The number 33, when spelled out, equals 156 and 66 reduction. The character of this story tells us grocery store. This is where he went to, 156 and 66. There's a lot of elements here, but I'll leave it at that. The footage speaks for itself. The real telltale sign of a fake news story is when CNN goes into damage control And there's all these questions about the video people are asking. And, you know, they don't like it when people start to actually ask questions about their reporting, because what they're reporting, because then people might realize that it's fake. And, of course, that's what's happening here. So they have to try and, you know, put a damper on all these questions and not let this get out of hand, because people might actually wake up to the fact that all their bullshit is fake. All right, everybody, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. God bless truth seekers, and have a good one.